The next time your dog stares at you with those knowing eyes, they might actually be trying to tell you something that could change your entire understanding of reality. What I'm about to share with you today comes from one of the most gifted psychics who ever lived, and it's going to completely transform how you see your four-legged companion forever. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, gave over 14,000 psychic readings during his lifetime. And buried within those readings are some absolutely mind-blowing revelations about our dogs that most people have never heard. But here's the thing that's going to shock you. According to Cayce, your dog isn't just a pet. They're actually on a spiritual mission, and you are their assignment. I know this sounds crazy, but stick with me because what you're about to discover will explain so many things about your dog's behavior that you've probably wondered about for years. Why do they seem to know exactly when you're sad? Why do they position themselves in certain spots in your house? Why do some dogs seem almost human in their understanding? The answers are about to blow your mind. Edgar Cayce believed that dogs are actually advanced souls who have chosen to incarnate in physical form specifically to serve humanity. But this isn't just some feel-good spiritual fluff. Cayce was incredibly specific about what these missions actually look like. And when you hear this, you're going to start recognizing signs that your dog has been trying to communicate with you this entire time. According to Cayce's readings, dogs operate on multiple spiritual frequencies simultaneously. They exist in our physical reality, but they also maintain a connection to higher spiritual realms that humans have mostly forgotten how to access. This is why your dog sometimes stares at empty corners, why they bark at nothing you can see, and why they seem to react to energies that are completely invisible to you. But here's where it gets really interesting. Cayce said that each dog is assigned to specific humans based on what those humans need for their spiritual growth. Your dog didn't just randomly end up with you. According to these teachings, there's actually a cosmic matching system at work, and your dog specifically chose you because they have something important to teach you or help you heal. Think about how your dog came into your life. Was it through a series of seemingly random events? Did you feel an instant connection? According to Cayce, these aren't coincidences. These are spiritual orchestrations. Your dog has been waiting for the right moment to enter your life when you would be ready to receive their particular form of spiritual assistance. Now, Cayce identified several different types of spiritual missions that dogs undertake. The first type are the emotional healers. These are dogs who seem to have an uncanny ability to sense when you're upset, angry, or going through difficult times. They'll come sit next to you, put their head on your lap, or just stay close by without being intrusive. According to Cayce, these dogs are actually absorbing negative energy from your aura and transmuting it into something healthier. The second type are the protection spirits. These dogs position themselves strategically in your home, almost like they're creating invisible barriers against negative influences. They might sleep in doorways, patrol certain areas of your house, or seem unusually alert to things you can't perceive. Cayce believed these dogs are actually creating energetic shields around their human families. Then there are the teacher dogs. These are the ones who seem to push you out of your comfort zone, who create situations that force you to grow. Maybe they're the dog who got you walking every day when you were sedentary, or the one whose training challenges taught you patience. According to Cayce, these dogs incarnate specifically to catalyze personal transformation in their humans. But perhaps the most fascinating type are what Cayce called the bridge dogs. These are dogs who help their humans develop psychic abilities or spiritual awareness. They might stare at you intensely during meditation, seem to respond to your thoughts before you speak them, or guide you towards spiritual experiences. Cayce believed these dogs are actually trying to reactivate dormant spiritual abilities in their human companions. Here's something that's going to make you look at your dog completely differently. According to Cayce's readings, dogs communicate telepathically not just with other dogs, but with humans who are open to receiving their messages. The problem is, most humans have shut down their natural telepathic abilities, so we miss these communications entirely. But your dog is constantly trying to send you messages. When they stare at you with that intense, knowing look, they might actually be attempting telepathic communication. When they position themselves in specific locations or exhibit seemingly random behaviors, they could be trying to direct your attention to something important that you're not noticing. Cayce suggested that if you want to tap into this communication, you need to quiet your mind and simply observe your dog without trying to interpret their behavior through human logic. Instead, try to feel what they might be trying to convey. Pay attention to your first instincts when your dog does something unusual, because according to Cayce, your intuition is how you'll receive their spiritual messages. Now here's where this gets really practical. Cayce believed that dogs also serve as spiritual barometers for their households. If your normally calm dog suddenly becomes anxious or agitated without any obvious cause, they might be picking up on negative energy that's building in your home or family. If your dog starts avoiding certain areas of your house, they might be sensing something spiritually unhealthy in those spaces. According to these teachings, dogs are constantly monitoring the spiritual health of their human families and trying to restore balance when things get out of alignment. They might do this by creating distractions when family tensions are high, by forcing outdoor time when everyone's been too isolated, or by providing comfort exactly when it's needed most. But here's the part that really demonstrates how advanced these spiritual missions are. Cayce claimed that dogs often sacrifice their own spiritual advancement to serve their human families. While they could be progressing through their own soul evolution, they choose to remain in service to help humans who are struggling with spiritual lessons. This means that every moment of love, training, care, and attention you give your dog isn't just pet ownership, it's actually spiritual collaboration. You're working together on both of your spiritual journeys, and the quality of your relationship directly impacts both of your soul growth. According to Cayce, dogs also serve as bridges between the physical and spiritual worlds when family members pass away. Many people report that their dogs seem to see or interact with deceased family members, and Cayce's readings suggest this is exactly what's happening. Dogs maintain connections to souls who have transitioned and can help grieving family members feel those continued spiritual presences. This is why dogs often provide such profound comfort during times of loss. They're not just offering emotional support, they're actually facilitating spiritual connections that help humans heal from grief. They might lead you to meaningful objects, guide you to places that trigger healing memories, or simply serve as conduits for love from family members who are no longer physically present. But here's something that might completely change how you approach training and discipline with your dog. If Cayce is right, and your dog is on a specific spiritual mission, then traditional dominance-based training methods might actually interfere with their spiritual work. Instead, Cayce advocated for communication-based relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. This doesn't mean letting your dog run wild without boundaries. It means recognizing that your dog's seemingly stubborn or difficult behaviors might actually serve spiritual purposes that you're not immediately seeing. Maybe they're trying to teach you patience, or get you to slow down and be more present, or help you develop better communication skills. According to these teachings, the most spiritually advanced dogs are often the ones that challenge their humans the most. They create situations that force growth, healing, and spiritual development. So if you have a particularly challenging dog, you might actually have been assigned a master teacher in disguise. Now, Cayce also talked about how dogs help their humans develop unconditional love. Dogs love without judgment, without conditions, without keeping score of past mistakes. They demonstrate a type of pure love that humans struggle to maintain. And according to Cayce, experiencing this love is actually preparation for connecting with divine love. Your dog's unconditional love isn't just nice to have, it's actually spiritual training. By learning to receive and reciprocate this pure love, you're developing capacities that will serve your soul's evolution long after your dog's physical lifetime ends. This is why the bond between humans and dogs can feel so profound and sacred. Perhaps the most beautiful aspect of these spiritual missions is that they're reciprocal. While your dog is serving your spiritual growth, your love, care, and companionship are also serving their soul's development. Every act of kindness, every moment of play, every gentle touch is contributing to your dog's spiritual evolution as well. According to Cayce, when you truly understand your dog's spiritual mission and begin consciously participating in this sacred relationship, something magical happens. The bond deepens beyond anything you thought possible. You start receiving clearer spiritual guidance, your intuitive abilities strengthen, and your capacity for love expands dramatically. This is why people who truly bond with their dogs often report that the relationship changed their entire approach to life. They become more compassionate, more intuitive, more connected to nature and spiritual realities. According to Cayce, this transformation is exactly what these spiritual missions are designed to accomplish. So the next time your dog does something that seems unusual or meaningful, don't dismiss it as random animal behavior. Consider the possibility that they're trying to communicate something important about your spiritual journey. Pay attention to patterns in their behavior, especially during significant life events or challenging periods. Your dog might be trying to guide you toward healing, growth, or important realizations that could transform your life. They might be protecting you from influences you can't see or preparing you for spiritual experiences that are coming your way. The key is learning to recognize and receive their guidance with an open heart and mind. According to Edgar Cayce, every human who truly loves their dog is participating in one of the most sacred spiritual partnerships possible. Your dog chose you, not randomly, but as part of a cosmic plan designed to help both of your souls evolve toward greater love, wisdom, and spiritual understanding. So look into your dog's eyes tonight and really see them, not just as your pet, but as your spiritual companion, your teacher, your healer, and your guide. Thank them for their service and ask them to help you understand what they're trying to teach you. You might be amazed by what you discover about your incredible spiritual partnership.